guys, how are we all doing? It's Beyond here, and I am back with you with another video, another informative video, one that I think you'll garner something from to help you on your hair care journey. Because after all, that's my aim, to help somebody out there. And so today, I will be telling you guys 5 reasons why I no longer use grease on my scalp. What is grease? So I grew up in Jamaica, and growing up in Jamaica, one of the oils that we normally use on our scalp was grease. We had, well, specifically when I live in a certain part of Jamaica, I remember that our hair oil would be, there was a pharmacy that you would able to go, and they would sell you Vaseline white. The Vaseline would be white, and they'll sell that to you in a grease paper, and the grease paper would be neatly folded, and that was our ear oil. Another time I used to use another ear oil that's called hair food. This one was the yellow one. And then they also had the black one, and they had another black one that was called Bell Rose. That one, my mother would not use that in our hair. She normally used that for her hair because that to her was her special oil for her hair. So we'll get the Vaseline. But in my younger years, I know we used to use coconut oil with water, and that was it. But primarily we use grease in Jamaica. But then I started learning about using oils. I remember there was this elderly man in my community, and one day I was going to the canal for water in a bucket, and my hair was out, and he was looking on my hair, and he was like, Christine, you need to do something to your hair so that your hair will grow, and you don't know about oils. And he started telling me oils, but then at that time I was young. I didn't know what oil he was talking about, but he was basically saying that there were oils that could help me to achieve hair growth. Never pay any mind to that, but just continue on doing what I normally do. I remember I went to the point where I was told that if you use the engine oil that's in vehicle after it's burned, that would help in growing your hair. And I was so excited when I heard that. I started using it on my hair. Did my hair grow? No, it did not. Was it for hair? No, it was not. But because I heard that and I was so desperate for my hair to grow, I decided that I was going to try it. It didn't work. And knowing what I know today, it would not have worked. Okay, guys. And so I wanted to, and then until I moved from where I was living, I went and lived somewhere else. And that kind of transitioned me into learning about different oils and oils that I could use for my hair, like coconut oil, jojoba oil, grape seed oils, those oils. And those were what kicked off my hair care journey. And so I want to share with you guys 5 reasons why I no longer use grease on my hair. And my first reason is, and I must tell you that grease, after you wash your hair and you apply grease to your hair, it does help you to lock your moisture in your hair. And it also protects your hair and your skin. It was a cheap way of getting moisture or getting oil for your hair, because grease is cheap, not like oils. One of the next thing is that grease weighs down your hair. For me, because my hair is light, I don't mind when my hair is way down, because when my hair is way down, it looks fuller and more volume than when it's not. So I don't mind. Okay. So now I'm about to give you my 5 reasons why I no longer use grease on my scalp. And my first reason is lack of moisture. So lack of moisture is, so greased, if you wash your hair and you apply your grease, it's gonna lock in that hydration, because your water is your hydration. It's gonna lock it in. But after a while and your hair is dried out and the grease is still on it, it's hard to lift your cuticles with that grease on it to get moisture in. Like when we use oils now, like jojoba oils, and we have that on our hair and we're able to apply heat to lift our cuticles and introduce hydration again. It can be done when it comes to grease, but it's very hard to get to reintroduce hydration in there unless you're able to cleanse your scalp and to get all of that grease off. Then you can hydrate again and apply your grease. But if the grease is still on your hair and you want to spritz your hair with water and put in your hydration, it's going to be a challenge to get that done. It can be done, but it's going to be a challenge in getting it done. Okay, guys? And so that is one of my reasons why I don't use grease. Grease also can cause dry scalp. And that means why it causes dry scalp is it kind of block your sebum. So the grease is sitting on your scalp. Your sebum comes up, but it's not able to move from where it is because the grease is blocking it from spreading. So that can cause your scalp to cause it to have dry scalp. So that's one of my reasons. My next reason is when you have grease on your scalp, you have to use a clarifying shampoo or a shampoo that has sulfate in it to cleanse your scalp from that grease so that you're able to get grease off and get your hair rehydrated. And I don't want to be using sulfate shampoo on my scalp, so I rather not use grease on my scalp. There are a few natural shampoos out there that has claimed that they're able to cleanse your scalp from grease that does not have in sulfate. For me, I kind of feel iffy about that. I know that sulfate shampoo does a marvelous job in removing it, and so I don't want to be using that onto my scalp. The next thing that I think grease causes is buildup on your scalp. Because the grease is there, it attracts dirt, and when you sweat, it traps the sweat, and it also traps lint from your bedding onto your scalp. And so for me, that will cause buildup on my scalp. So I rather not using grease on my scalp. Okay, guys? I find that if I use light oils on my scalp, I will be better able to clean my scalp. So that's why I don't use grease on my scalp. And so, guys, I have a question for you guys. Do you use grease on your scalp? And how does it work for you? Do you use grease on your scalp, and how does it work for you? I want to know, guys. So comment down below in the comment section. Let me know if you are still a natural girl that uses grease, okay? And before you go, remember that in all things, guys, put God first, and He will direct you and your path, okay? In all things, put Him first and allow Him to direct your path. Not just the same, guys. It is what He does. Bye. Blessing, guys.